Ah, it's a beautiful day, full of opportunity. And here we have Trekkie of the Trekkie clan feeding the beast. Another episode of it and such things. Today we're going to work on creating a high pressure boiler and maybe even going and finding and setting up pumps to drain oil from the environment. I don't have a lot of oil around here, but it'd be nice to get oil and then convert it to fuel, which will be even more potent for our high pressure boiler in the future. But for right now, we're going to be using biofuel. So, and I already got some started. Got about 1.3 mil, which is 1,300 some odd buckets. It's all running from my system over here. We are now finally caught up to where I was before the rollback. So that is just amazing news. I rebuilt my forestry farm so I could get these giant redwoods. They produce a ton of saplings each, so they're much better for the overall, fermenter. I have 5 fermenters, but even this does not fill up these fermenters enough. So I'm going to have to definitely work on getting more saplings incoming. So that'll definitely be important. And eventually if we get enough oil and stuff, we could probably forego this entire system if we have enough oil production and fuel. Because then we could just put it straight to our steam boiler and we won't even need this system. So it's something to consider. Of course, I'd like to have biomass and biofuel anyway for whatever reasons. Also have a Steve's carts running wheat. Doesn't produce a lot of seeds. I was really kind of disappointed. Maybe if I had a bigger system, but it's still a pretty decent size, and he just does not produce any. Like, he's got no seeds or nothing in here for this run around. It just takes way too long to grow. Well, there's one. Some seed oil. Not a whole lot of seed oil, like about 37 buckets worth. It's really disappointing. And it's probably not even Steve's car's fault. It's just that wheat takes forever. Now, if they would recognize Zycraft green soil blocks as soil, which I don't know if it does. I might plop a couple down just to see. They actually help stuff grow faster. So I could put a bunch of them under here. That would really get the ball rolling. We'll have to test that out sometime. But for now, I want to get rolling on the high pressure steam boiler. Now, I went ahead and cut out some of the tedium and went and made some steel plates. I got tons of steel. Still got about almost 9 stacks of steel left, and plenty of coal and iron to produce more. So, and I have plenty more iron incoming because I am still running quarries. Well, Mord feels unproductive. Anyways, I'm feeling productive though. So what we need to do before we get the actual casing of the boiler, the high pressure boiler. Well, hello, Storm. It's snowing? It's got to be snowing. Yep, there it is. It's hard to see because I have this glass covering, which the redwoods are utterly destroying. I underestimated. When I put them down, I was like, redwood's cool. And then I forgot about them going through glass. Because, well, trees ignore glass. They pretty much replace it. Looks like Joe Schmo is working on high pressure boilers as well. I did not. Lies. I did not take any high pressure boiler. I haven't even made any, so be quiet. Anyways, we need to make a liquid fueled firebox, which will be what fuels the boiler. You could also do a solid fueled if you wished. For the high pressure boiler, I think we're going to stick with a liquid. You could do either. Can't spell. They're trying to frame me for stealing his high pressure boiler blocks, and that's just not the case. I don't even know where he lives. But either way, I mean, I could look through all my inventories and prove it on video that I don't have him. Well, I guess that doesn't really prove it, but we're going to be using biofuel. We got plenty of fuels around here. We're going to be making plenty of fuel. So let's just use the fuel. I think we're going to plop it down over in this direction. It's a pretty sizable thing, especially with all the pipes coming out of it and all the stuff. So it would have been easier if I didn't have this big hole here. I could probably cover it up. That would be easy enough. Just plop something down on it, but whatever, who cares? So I think we're going to do that. So let's get our liquid fuel firebox. To that end, we're going to need some steel plates. We got some of those. We're going to need some iron bars, buckets. We're going to need 9 of these. We're going to need 9 furnaces, or furnace, depending on how you feel like saying it. So boop. Let's get right on the crafting. Did not go as planned, but that is okay. That is alright. I don't think I have enough in one stack. I sure do not. I'm actually 1 short. That's okay. We'll do it. I don't know if it consumes the bucket, but we'll get some more buckets. I know I got some buckets in this chest over here that to keep growing. So I got 4. I'm going to need 5 more. That is totally not a bucket. That was not a bucket in any size, shape, or form. Okay. So we got the bucket. We got the furnace. We need these fire charges, which are blaze powder, gunpowder, and coal. Blaze powder. I don't know if I have enough means to make that. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. 197 stacks of blaze rods. Yes, thank you. I don't even need that much, but screw it. There we go. I'll make everything in excess. We got plenty of gunpowder. 7 stacks. May not seem like a lot, but actually, I thought I had more. Oh, well, who cares? I could get more. And what was the last one? Oh, yeah. Coal. Coal, didn't you know? I don't know if it has to be in a certain shape. I guess we'll find out. It's probably shapeless. Yeah. Fire charges. Okay, we got plenty of them. I make everything in excess. And iron bars. I think we got some over here in this chest. Okay, let's just toss this stuff in here. If I remember the recipe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all I want. Pow. That didn't give me them all. Okay, the rest of these I'd like to keep. For fire charges, for whatever reason I would ever need fire charges. Well, I just had enough cages. Okay, we got our liquid fueled firebox. Let's plop it down somewhere. Okay, so that'll you can't open it right now. Once you form the multi-block structure, it'll be fine to go then. But now we're making max size, by the way, which is one layer of firebox and 4 high of boilers and 3 by 3. So now we need to make the blocks, the actual boiler itself, high pressure boiler. It's just shaped crafting, one on top of the other. I think we need 36 of these. I don't know. I got 72. Oh yeah, because it was 2 times 2 of these for each. So 72. Pashow. Is that enough? No, 1 short. All right. Well, I way overmade plates. Oh well. I might need them for. You need plates for the industrial steam engines as well, I believe. So, was that 4? That was clearly 3. 1 more to make it 4. It's a solid block, no holes in the middle. And bam, you can see it formed. We now have a high pressure steam boiler. One thing it will need is an aqueous accumulator for water. This is so it doesn't, it keeps it cool. It's a boiler. You got to produce steam. You got the fuel to fire up the water and the water to make the steam. I mean, come on now, people. That's how you make. It will, at first, while it's heating up, it will consume massive amounts of fuel. So it's gonna eat it up pretty quickly. But we need an aqueous accumulator. Let's see if we can't find that out. So, aqua. I don't know why I have to keep machine frame, which is golden. Okay. I know I need more than that. I should not be stupid. Alright, let's go. Okay, first off, I get a servo. Or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, pneumatic servo. Now for the, I already had iron in here, duh. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've made so many aqueous accumulators at this point, it's not even funny. Machine frame, what else do we need? We need 2 tin ingots and another bucket. As if we didn't consume enough buckets. Buckets are actually a good resource in this mod pack. Usually in a regular world, you'd only need like 1 for your entire playthrough unless you lost it. Maybe 2 to make a infinite water source, but aqueous accumulator. And that's that. Now I'm going to need even more buckets so I can actually put water near it. My little infinite water source. Ice won't form if there's anything overhead, which we have ice. I mean, we have glass up there, so it should be fine. I'm going to have this planted underneath. It's hard to dig just a little with this pick. Alright, I gotta find the actual boiler itself. I didn't break, I broke a torch. Who cares? Okay, that's the bottom of the thing. I want this flowing right into the bottom. It's a good spot. Is anywhere, is in the middle. God. Very difficult, let me tell you. Very difficult. Aqueous accumulator. Plop it right down. I like to go swimming. Let's get this water down in here. Accumulator filling up at a nice rate. Of course, it's like skipping. That's just what it does on a multiplayer setting. Fly up. I am low on liquid ducks. I should really make some. So what I'm going to do is make the more liquid ducts and the tesseracts or whatever I need to basically get this going, and then I'll be back and we'll set it up and we'll get it running. So I'll be right back. And we're back. We are ready to start putting everything together. Unfortunately, stupid me, I broke the valve down there and lost half of the biofuel we had in there. I don't know why half is stored with each valve. There's another valve over here. I think it all should be stored in one or the other, but not like half and half. So I broke half because as it was, the biofuel wasn't high enough to actually be taken out of. Like it would have never been. We would have had to wait and wait and wait. So hopefully it's high enough to that valve now to actually produce out. We have about 701 buckets worth instead of about what we had, about 1,400. So that's a bit of disappointment. Gotta move this down a little bit. Gotta have that redstone signal so this thing will even pump. Okay, oh, that's not clearly not the right one. I'm also making more tesseracts or not tesseracts, redstone energy conduits. Just so awesome. Does it really have to be that way? Fly up here, shift. We're just gonna let it flow. I'm not even gonna use a conduit for that. I'm just gonna let it flow. I mean a tesseract. Oh, it is flowing, so it is enough. This should, in theory, and I gotta find out how to get back up there. Gotta just fly up here. Whee! Yep, it is running. The machine is running. Oh, but it doesn't have water. Shit. Yeah. Okay, thank God, it's getting water. I didn't want it to explode. So you can see it's consuming the bucket of this each time at quite a rate. As it produces more heat, it'll slow down. So at first you're just consuming massive amounts of biofuel. As you can see, there's 16,000 in here already, and it consumes it per bucket. And when it gets enough heat, it'll start producing steam. Produces quite a bit of steam. Enough to fuel 18 industrial steam boilers, which are 8 Minecraft joules a tick. If you think about that versus the biogas engines, which are only 5 Minecraft joules a tick, it's quite an improvement. It may not seem like much, 5 to 8, but trust me, that's a good bit. We got 10 here. That's 50 Minecraft joules per tick. That'll be 80. That's just 20 short of being double of what these, 20 Minecraft joules short of being double. So it's quite a bit of improvement. Plus, it'll be able to fuel 8 more after that. So it'll more than double what production I'm putting out here. And it's being fueled by this. So yeah, we're gonna have plenty of. It just takes a considerable amount of time to build up. As you can see, 1. And I think it goes up to 800 or something. So it takes a while, and we are just eating biofuel. How's our water producing? Okay, it is steadily going up, so we're not worried about that. Slowly producing. Like I said, it takes a while. And this thing is just going to drain the hell out of this thing. Probably a lot quicker than this thing produces. Or about 1 and 1, I guess. If I added more stills and upped the production over there, it would be fine. But eventually I want to switch over to regular fuel, which is way more efficient. So that'll be something we got to look forward to. So this thing is building up. Let's make sure we have some saplings in all our fermenters. Overnight, the thing drained completely. Alright, get in there. Don't give me no lag. Could be just, oh, well, that's already full. Alright, so it's going to take a while, more than we could just sit here and wait for it to produce anything, because it's not going to produce steam until it gets a certain temperature. So we're really just on the waiting game now. So while we wait for this, I think it's a good opportunity to go look for oil. And I will set up everything needed to get the oil in and get ready to refine it into fuel. I'll get that ready. And then we'll be back and we'll go hunting for oil. Alright, we're back. We're ready to go oil hunting. We got a little bit to do before. We got to set up a refinery to process our oil. But before that, I wanted to give an update on the steam boiler. It has produced its steam, so now I could technically hook up engines to it, but we're going to wait on that. It's at 338 degrees Celsius. It goes up quite a bit. It's eating me out of biofuel pretty quickly. But it's slowing down bit by bit. By the time it gets to 800, it'll be pretty good. But right now, it's eating me out of biofuel faster than I can produce it, which is problematic. But I think in the end, it'll even out and it won't be so bad. But it's just getting there. That's the real trouble. Hadn't I lost half my store of biofuel, probably would have been in, you know, relatively safe quarter. I created another big, massive multi-tank over here. You know, I have several of them at this point. I got at least 5 of these max size. I got one over there for lava for our power, but so we're going to need refineries. Refineries are really easy to make. A little bit expensive, just really mostly a lot of glass to create tanks. Glass, to create a tank you use just like, well, I can just show it, but it's hard to see because of the texture pack. Basically like a chest. Glass in the form of like how you would craft a chest. Then you're going to need some redstone torch, and diamond gear is the most expensive because you have to go all the way up the gravy train. I got to go wood to create wooden gears, stone to create stone gears, iron to create iron gears, gold for gold gears, and then 4 diamond per gear. And I made 5 gears because I wanted to make 5 for refineries. So let's get our tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. Good. Gam. Blah, blah, blam. Okay. Do I have any redstone engines? I don't. Well, let's go set up our refineries over here. Sorry about that. My mouse was about to go off my mouse pad. I don't know which direction refineries can be powered from. I think that maybe they could be now they're facing. Maybe I could have them face another way. It's kind of hard to tell which way they're facing. Okay, now they're all facing the same way. Don't want to accidentally break ice. To power them, I have a energy tesseract, and I forgot the conduits. Conduits always help. Yes, get out of the way. Conduits are helpful. We're going to need some liquid tesseracts, or liquid ducts to be sure. We're going to need a redstone torch. Oh, by the way, if you may notice my pet zombie, I named him Nasty Nork. That's the boss from the very first Spyro game, as I am Spyro. I needed my nemesis. How's it going, Nasty Nork? I just threw some chain armor on him and a sulfur torch, and now he won't despawn. He's my captive forever. Since I don't see very many monsters in this area, I needed to be reminded that every once in a while there is bad guys. So, alright, what do I do? Okay, we got our energy tesseract. Put it over here. Attune it to our private system, Trekkie's biopower. Receive. We are on the very cutting edge of how much I can produce from that farm, so this is why we all desperately needed a new one. Eventually I'll switch this over to the steam boiler once I get that set up. For now, this will have to do. And this is going to power it. I hope it'll input from the bottom. Oh, okay. I don't think they have a GUI. Oh, they do. Okay. From the back, liquid ducts. I hope liquid ducts can actually attach to these. It appears to be so. That's good. And this is why we need that redstone torch. Hopefully it doesn't melt. Got so much crap in my inventory. Playing with your inventory is always like a balancing act. Alright. That'll power that. And then before that, we're going to have a little bit of a buffer. And a regular old school Buildcraft tank. I don't know how much this will hold, so I'm just going to put them all. I really don't care. Shouldn't be that bad anyways. And then we're going to need to put the input from our pump, which would be here. I need to switch this over. I hope they connect. It doesn't look like it connects, but it could be because this isn't a full block wide. I guess we're going to find out real quick and in a hurry. So this is our liquid duct. Plop it down there. Make it private. Or somebody already had an oil transfer. We're going to make it... What are my other ones? Seed and 4, so this is going to be 5. Okay. I often forget what my... This is going to be oil input. It's good to label them so you know exactly what's coming in and out. This is receive. And I had 5, but it decided not to do that. Input PAL. So that'll be that. So if everything works according to plan, the oil should come in here, get refined, and then placed within our tank. All in theory, of course. Get rid of that annoying stuff. Of course, they're all going to need power. Because nothing in this game, these things don't output without power. Actually, I just need to put it up there. If I, just get closer to it. God damn it. Get out of the... lagging spike. Damn, that was terrible. It was crazy is what it was. Now, I've never really used made fuel before, so I don't know if there's a second ingredient need for these or not. But I need to go ahead and get these redstone torches. I love running with these shoes, they're so fun. Every time I run without them now, like in single player or anything where I don't have, I feel like I'm not moving at all. Okay, boop, 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 boop. That should power them all. Okay, we should have everything we need to produce our fuel. Let's go find out. We got our handy dandy tesseracts, we got our pump, we got our world anchor, we got our dirt just in case we need the pillar. I think there's one over this way. Let's make sure hover mode was on. It already was. Zoom. Let's keep our... So it's actually easier to see if I come across it. I think there was one over this area. There's explosions everywhere. That's where I fought my first with... Oh, here we go. Here we go. I knew there wasn't one over here. The world doesn't load as fast as I'd like. It's not a very big one, but it'll be enough to get us off. Make sure... Yeah, get us off. That's right. I said it. It needs to be one higher. Okay. Doesn't matter how much above it the pump is. The pump will move down to get it. So we got a pump going. Okay, now we just need to set our... liquid tesseract. It's private. This is send only. Our oil input. So now it'll send that. Now we're going to need to supply energy to this sucker. We got private receive only. Trekkie's biopower. Put our world anchor down. Throw a couple pearls in it. It should send back. Yeah, see, it's, you can tell it's getting lower. Breaks a block, goes down. Then it'll suck up another source block, goes down. And there's a little bit, and there's usually a little bit of a well underground too. Not a very huge one, but I should have used my portal gun. One thing I'll tell you, I always forget I made a portal gun. I made it with one of the nether stars. Actually, I had it before I killed those episode, but I made it with a nether star, and I always forget about it. I should put it on my hotbar so I never forget. This way I can get back and forth quick. Just gotta go back home. I could tell we're almost there by this lake that's been horribly deformed. Basically, what do I do, since if somewhere in these lakes it's like water underneath, I'll like silk touch all the above ice, because ice will only form if there's a solid block beside or below, and there's nothing above. So I just mine out all the top layer of ice until I hit land around it, and then that layer will form ice, and if there's even more, I'll just keep going down and down. This way, when I do a quarry, I'm not left with massive amounts of source blocks that I have to deal with later, which will be much more difficult. So hopefully this is inputting. Oh yeah, here we go. And is this putting? Oh yeah, we are working fine. How are we doing? Oh, this produces at a pretty good rate too. This is why I wanted this buffer tank, because these things aren't going to take it all at once. So this way, these are simple to make. I didn't want to make a whole big old multi-tank just for this. Figured I'd just go ahead and fill this. I can always put more up there and just dig them down. It's a temporary solution, but this will produce us much fuel. And this fuel, which is about 3 times as efficient as the biofuel, will be very good for our boiler once I fill it up some. So if the biofuel ever runs out, we could go ahead and just quickly switch to regular fuel. How are we doing for biofuel, by the way? Still going down. How's our... Still going up. Okay, that's good. Everything is going as planned. Our Minecraft Joules production... Shut up, Nork. Dang. This is my game, okay? This ain't your game. You're just a pet in this game. You're not even a bad guy. You've been demoted. You're like the lowliest bad guy. You're not even considerable at this point. So now we have the ability to create much more Minecraft Joules. And before we end the episode, I'd like to create at least one industrial steam engine to give you an idea of how the whole system goes. So let's go steam, industrial steam, and these runs off steam. So that's why you need the steam boiler. You need some. I've already made the steel gears. Where did I put them? That's the question. Okay, got here. Gonna need some more of those plates. This should be fine. Steam engine. Piston I already have pre-made. I always make pre-made pistons. And, well, there you go. No, just kidding. Let's get this. Need plenty. Need plenty. I made enough. These steel gears are actually just stone gears with steel around it. So, quite a bit of steel required. At least over a stack at least. So, if I wanted to, I could probably just go ahead and make every single one of them. I got plenty of glass. Yeah, I got stuff all across the board. And we now have all our industrial steam engines pre-made and pre-ready. Okay, let's go look at this steam boiler. You're going to need multiple outputs for this, so be prepared for that. Definitely going to need. I don't know if this needs a redstone torch or not. No, it comes out on its own. Okay, you're going to need pretty much all 9 faces of this, and plus some. It's basically a balancing act. And then you're just going to want to connect them. Oop, that it went flying off. Yeah, don't shift click. Just connect them. Oop, connect you son of a bitch. Don't do that. Oh, well, I'm just being stupid now. Okay, stop that. This stuff is so finicky at times. Like you click stuff and it just doesn't know what it wants to do. Okay, can we get some semblance of control here? I usually just connect them all. There we go. We're good to go. I'm just gotta get this. You don't need this is unneeded. I think I got them all. There's one in there I'd like to get, but I can't get to it. Okay. And basically, you just set up the steam engines around it. So you got to get the steam to the steam engine. I don't want it to attach to that. Be funny if it could run off its own steam power. That'd be an interesting thing, but I don't think that's the case. Alright, it just got to figure out how I want to place all the steam engines. So let's place them in the ground. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and there's no way to do this without being, lopsided, so we'll just do that. It's probably going to need some around the side too. Liquid ducts can only transfer so much steam at a point, but they transfer way more than Buildcraft pipes. But so you have to have certain amount of outputs to be able to, meet up the demand. But you also got to balance this. So you make sure you don't have too many outputs more than the boiler can produce steam. So like I said, it's a balancing act. But I've tested this out in creative. I'm pretty sure it handles 18 pretty fluently. Now we just need to get under there and create our power energy conduit output. And it would help if I had the right tool. Not dig too much. It's very hard not to dig a lot, let me tell you. Oh, wow, that was weird. Alright, let's do this. Oops, I took a torch off from down there. Make sure it's lit up. I don't want nothing spawning down there if possible. Alright, we got all that. Now we just need to put our power conduits around. So obviously that was my way out. That's our output. We're going to put a tesseract there because I love my tesseracts. It's the end of the world. Okay. Now we just gotta plop down our steam engines. Looks like they're all gonna have to be realigned. I'm gonna have to turn on the connection to the pipe. But for now, do they require water? No, just steam. Okay. And of course, they all have to be turned on. So much needs. So much needs. I need to be seeing the ass end of these things. Connect to the pipe. Why would I want you to connect to each other? This is such a tedious process right now. We're at the part of tedium. So if we right click on this, should be receiving. Not receiving any. Maybe because they're not on. I don't know. We're going to figure it out in the end. Let me just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and set these up, and I'll be right back. And we have set up the entire system. They have filled with steam. They're all producing 8 Minecraft joules a piece, which is exactly what we wish them to do. That's the max for the industrial steam engine. If we look at the steam boiler, it is holding true. The numbers are going down, then back up, down, then back up. It's losing at a little bit of steam at such a small rate that it'll pretty much take almost forever for it to run out. In which case we could just stop an engine and let it fill back up and then do it again. So it'll take probably a month or two for it to actually run out. So it's not something we even have to worry about. So it's holding true. The only thing we have to worry about is keeping this thing fueled so this doesn't go back down and we have to start all over. Because, like I said, the further it gets up, the more efficient it is, and we want it to stay on pretty much forever. If this goes down, we have to go through all the really quick loss of fuel. Not something we want to produce. So, if we use this conveniently empty redstone energy cell that I just happen to have, and plug it up to a pipe, we could get an idea of how fast these things really are. I mean, just. Yeah, it fills up at, well, if the game isn't lagging or freezing, it fills up at such a rate. It produces monstrous amounts of power. So if you think about it, 8 Minecraft joules times 18, Not good with, not gonna even try to do it in my head because I'll fuck up. But take it for what it is. That's a lot of Minecraft fuel. That's considerably more than double what this whole system is producing. So now we have a second energy output, and of course I'll be putting an energy tesseract here in order to use it for other machines. Probably going to power a lot more forestry farms, maybe some more quarries, who knows. But hope you all enjoyed this episode. We've improved our Minecraft Joules output. I will see you all next time.